Former U.S. President Jimmy Carter has died. He was 100 years old and had spent more time than a year in hospice care. The Georgia peanut farmer served one turbulent term in the White House before building a reputation as a global humanitarian and champion of democracy. He defeated President Gerald Ford in 1976, promising to restore trust in government, but lost to Ronald Reagan 4 years later amid soaring inflation, gas station line, and the Iran hostage crisis. He and his wife Rosalind Carter then formed the Carter Center, and he earned a Nobel Peace Prize while making himself the most active and internationally engaged of former presidents.
And I pray that he will keep our country at peace and will not exaggerate or exacerbate challenges that come up with North Korea or with Russia or in Syria and so forth. I follow that very meticulously in the news every day, and I pray that he'll promote human rights, which is equality among all people, and that he will value the truth and value other things that we value.
On October 5, 1977, President Jimmy Carter signed the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights.
Of the many affinities between the United States and the United Nations, perhaps the most important is that both had their origins in a vision of the greatness of the human possibility.
On that day, the President promised to promptly transmit the two treaties to the Senate for ratification. In so doing, he drew a parallel between the lofty standard of liberty and equality embodied in the American Declaration of Independence and the principle of international human rights reflected in the United Nations Charter.
The American Declaration of Independence speaks of the idea that, and I quote, "All men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Unquote. The Charter of the United Nations speaks of, quote, "faith in fundamental human rights, in the dignity and worth of the human person, in the equal rights of men and women, and of nations large and small." Though separated by a century and a half in time, these visions are identical in spirit.
The Carter Center said the 39 U.S. President died Sunday afternoon, more than a year after entering hospice care at his home in Plains, Georgia, where he and his wife Rosalind, who died in November 2023, lived most of their lives.